New comic book days here. Let's talk about the pull list. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and this is the pull list. It's my weekly video where I tell you what books are on my pull list, what's on the chopping block, and what's on the maybe list this week. By the time you're watching this, it is probably New Comic Book Day, Wednesday, May the 3rd. Let me just tell you, it's been a crazy week. But look, Wednesday means it's halfway over, and Wednesday means there are new comic books on the shelf right now. So let's talk about the books that I'm picking up this week. Starting off with the book that I am most excited about, and that is Shazam, issue number 1 from DC Comics, written by Mark Waid with art by Dan Mora. And honestly, after I announced that creative team, is there anything else I need to say to get you to pick up this book? Mark Waid and Dan Mora are the team behind the Batman Superman World's Finest book. And that book is some of the most fun in comics. Mark Waid just helmed the Lazarus Planet event and the Batman vs. Robin miniseries. And I can't lie, I read the Batman vs. Robin series, liked it a lot. I wasn't reading all that Lazarus Planet stuff with all the different anthologies and different people. Cool. Just give me the alpha, the omega, as Mark Waid was writing them. And those were good. So far, since Mark Waid has made his return to DC Comics, he's been batting 1,000 with me. I'm very, very excited to see his brand of writing on Shazam, one of the most fun characters in the DC universe, one of the characters that I enjoy most in other DC media, finally getting a ongoing series. I believe it's ongoing. It might be a 12-issue maxi, but I'm pretty sure it's ongoing. Either way, as long as Mark Waid's writing and Dan Mora's drawing, this is going to be something to behold. This one's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. Next up, since we're talking about DC Comics, let's talk about the rest of the DC Comics pull list. And this one had a very close second. Almost made the pick of the week, but this will be Batman issue 135. Also, Batman issue 900. So Batman, written by Chip Zdarsky. This one is an oversized, double-sized issue because it's the 900th issue of Batman. And so we got art by Mike Hawthorne. We got Jorge Jimenez coming back to the title and a few other people as well. So this is just a big old honking celebration of the Bat. And hey, I'm excited because I haven't been enjoying the whole Batman of Gotham storyline as much, mostly because I feel like the art was just missing a step since Jorge Jimenez stepped away from the title. But now that he is back, drawing sort of the finale of this story arc alongside Mike Spicer, that's going to be the sort of shot in the arm that I feel like this series needs. And I'm excited to see what happens for the next 5-6 issues. Now, this one is going to be expensive. It's got a cover price of $6.99 because of all those extra pages. I'm grabbing cover A. And next book, and the last book really on the DC Comics pull list, is The Flash, issue 798. We are racing. Yes, I said it on purpose. Racing toward issue 800 and a new status quo for The Flash, along with a new creative team, but not before Jeremy Adams gets to complete his run. And I'm excited. I'm excited about Jeremy Adams getting a couple more issues of The Flash. I'm kind of sad to see him go, like really sad to see him go. And I feel like I've been saying that for the last 3 weeks or 3 months, ever since they announced that Cy Spurrier's taking over after issue 800. It's worth repeating here. Flash 798. Flash is going to be in space, and Mr. Terrific's coming back, so that's going to be fun. Cover price on this, $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And that's going to do it for the DC books on the pull list. If I stick to the list, those are going to cost me $15. Now, let's move over to the House of Ideas at Marvel Comics, where there is just one book on the pull list, and that is Immortal X-Men issue number 11. Now, this is where the consequences of me kind of checking out of the whole Sins of Sinister event come into play. This is dealing with the aftermath of Sins of Sinister. There's a new status quo, and Storm's affected by it. Now, are they going to recap things enough to where you could just read issue 10 of Immortal X-Men and then read issue 11 3 months later and be fine? I don't know. I don't know if they are, but I'm going to find out tomorrow when this book comes out with a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. That's actually the only book on the Marvel pull list, but I've got a maybe list. There's actually a Fall of X, Sons of something, Sons of X, Fall something. Anyway, there's a prelude issue to the Fall of X, and I don't know if I'm grabbing it. It's probably going to be in my box since I'm subscribed to X-Men. And if it is, I'll pick it up and check it out because it's a light week. But yeah, $3.99 on that as well. But my Marvel total, at least all the books that I know I'm down for, $4 this week. Now let's move on to the indies, where they've got the majority of the list this week, starting with Astrobots, issue number 1. Astrobots from Whatnot Publishing is a series inspired by the Transformers. It's big mech suits and, you know, how that goes. And it's got a creative team of people who were associated with the original animated series. I've never read a Transformers comic, never seen an episode of the original Transformers cartoon. I've seen the Michael Bay movies. You know, I like the Shia LaBeouf ones. The Mark Wahlberg one, not as much, but it was cool. But anyway, this seems like a fun way to get into, not into that universe, but into something similar without decades of lore behind it. So if you just like big monster mechanical suits, hey, check this out. The art is great. I saw an art preview online a little while back, so I'm excited about that. It's got a cover price of $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A. And next book on the indie pull list this week from Boom Studios, or is it IDW? It's Boom. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 2, Issue 5. This is the final issue in the Power Turtles crossover series. And honestly, it's been really exciting all the way throughout. It's got action, it's got heart, and it's also got Dan Mora on art. All those are reason enough to buy it. I'm excited to see this whole final battle, although I'm like 2 issues behind. So anyway, cover price on that one is $4.99. I'm grabbing cover, not cover A. I'm actually grabbing the Torrin Clark cover C. Basically, he's been doing a series of Turtles teamed up with Power Rangers covers, jumping in action near buildings and stuff, and I've been enjoying those. So I'm going to keep grabbing those. Cover C, $4.99. Next up on the indie pull list, also related to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo, Where When, issue number 2. Now, I famously had not read a single Usagi Yojimbo comic until issue 1 of this series, and lucky for me, it was a great sort of ease into the Usagi world. You kind of got introduced to all the main characters, and then they set up this conflict between these new, what do they call them, kappas? Basically, they're established that Usagi is always fighting like invaders and running them out of town, and so he hears about a new invader, and of course, at the same time, in another dimension, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are fighting the evil Dr. Werewin. Somehow, the Turtles are transported into, Japan where Usagi is, and of course, they mistake him, or the Turtles, for the Kappa. I think they call him Kappa. Anyway, it's the classic, like, oh, I think you're the bad guy. Wait, I'm not a bad guy. Wait, you're not a bad guy either? Let's fight the bad guy together. I'm assuming that's what we're going to get in this issue too. So we got a nice intro to Usagi. I'm expecting that we're going to get a little bit more turtle action in issue 2. Cover price on this one is $4.99 as well. And I'm not getting cover A on this one either. You're looking at the Kevin Eastman cover B. Because this is written and drawn by Stan Sakai, I just like having the Kevin Eastman vibe there on the cover. Now, moving on to the final book on my pull list this week. You probably guessed it. It is The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 62. If you know, you know. But I'm buying this book. Well, if you know why I'm buying it, let people know in the comments down below. Cover price on it is $3.99. I'm grabbing cover A by David Finch. And that's it for the indie books on the pull list. If I stick to the list, those are going to cost me $18 this week for a grand total that I am proud to say is under budget at $37. That's before taxes and before my 10% subscriber discount. Speaking of subscriptions, if you have not gone to your local comic shop lately, this weekend is a great time to go. This Saturday is Free Comic Book Day. So all the publishers, all the major ones anyway, have a free comic book offering that they'd like to give to you to promote their summer events or their graphic novels or their kids' books. Take your kids, go to Free Comic Book Day at your local comic shop. You can go to freecomicbookday.com to find a participating shop. And that's all I got. If you're in the Raleigh area, I'll be at Ultimate Comics Raleigh on Saturday at some point. So if you see me there, flag me down. We'll take a picture or something. And that's really it for this video. Huge thanks to the channel family for making this video possible and, keeping me employed here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in another video real soon. Until then, stay classy, stay safe, and make sure you read something dope today. Peace.